Hello, welcome to our channel. This is me, Anastasia, a founder of the most practical online school, Train Your Word. Today's lesson will be devoted to the phrases we can use during online meetings. Zoom, Teams, and other platforms have become a popular place for business meetings, conferences, international brainstorming sessions, and so on. The language we use there is quite similar to the language we use during on-site, meaning offline meetings. However, there are some things that are characteristic of exactly online environment due to its specifics. And we are going to discuss exactly these phrases. Let's begin. Usually there is someone who is hosting a meeting. We call them a host. This person is the one to start the meeting. The usual phrase here is welcome everyone, not different from an offline meeting, is it? Then the usual question that is different from the offline. Can you hear and see me? Well, because it's important to check, isn't it? Sometimes there are many people in the meeting and you as a host need to make sure that the main speaker is here and you do not have time to search through all the names. So you ask, has David joined the meeting yet? Sometimes you need to record a meeting. You should always warn people about that and ask, hope you don't mind me recording our session. The biggest problem with all online meetings is, yes, noise. So the host should say, there is a bit of background noise, if there is, yeah. I'll just mute all of you. Please unmute yourself if you want to say something. Also, as a host, you might want to establish some ground rules. For example, the rules regarding interruptions. You can say, please use the raised hand emoji if you want to contribute to the discussion. I think that after all those things, you are ready to begin your meeting. The host says something like that also, by the way, for the offline meeting. Now that everyone is here, let's get started with today's agenda. The goal of the meeting is, and you begin the meeting. Here, the language is not very different from the offline meeting. When the host has to give the word to someone else, the phrase is usual. I would now like to hand over to David. Some speakers want to show slides, tables, and so on. When you need it, you can say, let me share my screen with you, or I'm going to pull up my presentation. Pull up is a phrasal verb. Remember that we use phrasal verbs when we are sure that everyone understands English well enough to understand phrasal verbs. And in not so formal meetings. Yeah? If the meeting is really formal, use the formal language. Let me share my screen with you and so on. Since you can never be sure that people see your presentation, it is always better to ask. Can everybody see the first slide? If something is wrong here, you should say, I apologize for the wait. Please give me a moment so I can share my screen. When your presentation is over, or you just do not need to share your slides anymore, it is polite to stop sharing your screen. If you are still talking at the moment, you need to say it out loud. I'll stop sharing my screen. People need to understand what you are doing, why they suddenly cannot see the slide anymore. If a speaker forgot to stop sharing their screen, the host should ask them politely to do so. Could you stop sharing your screen? When you are making a polite request, remember that it's always better to use could, not can. An online meeting, all online meetings at some point suffer from technical difficulties. It just happens. The general phrase is, sorry, I'm having some technical difficulties here. And you should add, we are trying to fix the problem, or we will try to sort it out, or I'm trying. First of all, there might be a problem with your connection. It becomes quite annoying when you need to show the website or something like that. You can say, "Our internet connection seems to be slow. Please bear with me while the page is loading. It might take a few minutes." Moreover, there can be a problem with the sound. If you cannot hear the speaker, you can say, "I'm having trouble hearing you. You are a little bit quiet. Could you speak closer to the microphone?" Or if you see that the problem is with the microphone, you can say, "David, your mic is off," or "David, you are on mute." Remember that you can use the words such as mic short forms only when the meeting is not so formal. In addition, there can be a problem with the video. The host can say, "The image and sound are out of sync," or "The screen is blank," or "There is a delay on the video." If you cannot hear or see your speaker, you should assume that they have been cut off. You should say that, "I'm sorry, but I think that David has been cut off." Cut off means that the connection has been broken. Sometimes you need to leave the online meeting earlier. It is polite to inform your partners about that. Not always it's possible to say something. Someone is speaking, people are discussing something, and so on. So you can write it in the chat. "I'm sorry, but I have to jump to another call." "I'm sorry, I have another meeting to attend." The host ends the meeting. You can say, "I guess that will be all for today. Thanks for coming. I'll send you an invite to our next meeting tomorrow." That's it for today. Good luck with all your online meetings. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel. We will be posting useful videos for business and academic people. Bye bye.